There are many, many ways to search for leads on the lead generator. However, we're only going to go over some of the basic searching techniques in this presentation. To be clear, there are a number of tools that we're going to review here, but in the interest of time, we're going to limit the kinds of searching that we're going to do in this presentation to direct examples. That is, if you sell widgets, we're going to initially limit the examples to looking for people who are in the market for widgets. But let's say that you know that people who buy widgets typically, not always, but typically, currently buy thermostats. And you know that you could sell anyone who currently buys a thermostat a new widget to replace it. That's the kind of thing we're not going to cover in this presentation. That is, we're not going to infer a need. We're only going to be looking for low-hanging fruit in this presentation. If you want to know more about techniques for making inferences and creative ways to find leads, be sure to look at the user's guide in the help section online, or we'll try to put together a presentation when we have some more time. To go back over where we came from, though, we've already reviewed how to register to use the system, how to post your company's data, so now it's time to start making money by searching for leads. Remember that if you haven't posted your company's data, you're going to get blocked when you do searches. That's those checks and blocks we talked about before. For example, if you don't post needs, you can't search the needs area. If you don't put in your company's products and services, then you can't search other companies' products and services. Remember, in the lead generator, you have to give to get. But the system is pretty forgiving about data density at first. On the other hand, as you can see, when I first tried to do a search and putting this presentation together, I had neglected to update my data, and I got these little nastygrams from the system. When that happens, you just have to go back to the Post Update area and click on the Update buttons for each of the data elements to get right with the system. Okay, so now we're ready to start looking for new business. In this case, I'm going to look for in the leads area of the database, so I click on the Search Leads link shown above by the yellow arrow on the left. Since we're in the telemarketing business, I'm going to enter the word telemarketing in the search box. It's always a good idea to use different versions of the word, but let's see what we get. Note that since we do business with companies around the world, I'm not limiting my search to the US or to our state. If I submit my search, I get, as you can see, a hit, where some user named Velasco5 has posted a lead with the word telemarketing in it. My option now is to read the lead and see if it's something I can help with, so I click on Read and get this screen. Although brief, evidently Mr. Velasco5 is looking for someone to provide telemarketing services on a pay-per-appointment basis. Although we don't typically do pay-per-appointment work, it's certainly worth a call for me, so I write Velasco5 a message and send it along. Sometime the next day or so, when Velasco5 logs into the system, he'll see this message and hopefully respond. Note that this is a real lead that was sitting there on the system waiting for me to do the search. Another way to find new business is to search the needs area of the database. There are 4 ways to search for the needs area of the database, but since I'm pretty lazy, I'm going to let the system run the search. I can do this very easily. That is, since I posted SIC codes to represent my company's products and services, all I have to do is ask the system to see if anybody posted those same SIC codes as needs that they have. To do this, I click on Search Needs. I then choose the option to match my products and services. I leave the country and state alone and simply click on Match. And lo and behold, I get a slew of hits. Dozens of users have posted needs that match with my product and services. Because I want to match with people who need our telemarketing services in particular, I'm going to focus on the ones that match 738912, telemarketing services. And as you can see, there is another user, Chase H, who has posted telemarketing services as a need. As before, I click on the link to send him a message, I write him a note that I can help, click Submit, and the message goes to his inbox. If I now go to the Messages area, I can see my sent messages. Note, of course, that the recipient has to, at some point, read his messages. Otherwise, his access will be blocked to the system. Basically, that's how you search for leads. You put in search terms to find other users who need the products and services that you sell, and then send them a message. You should also by now recognize that there are many other ways to generate leads in the system, particularly by making an inference based on other data in the system. For example, you can make an inference that someone might need your products based on some other need that they have, or who they are, or what they say in their advertisements or blogs. That is why the number of leads on the lead generator is almost limitless, since it's really limited only by your imagination and ability to work the system. How active you are and how creative you are goes a long way to determining what you get out of the system. And this holds, by the way, just as much on the buy side of the equation. There are many, many ways to save money on the lead generator, to find strategic partners, and to find creative solutions to problems. All you have to do is interact with other users. Before we wrap up, I want to take just a minute or two to go over some other features of the lead generator that can support your generating leads. In particular, note that the system includes a free, albeit fairly rudimentary, contact management system that you can use to keep track of your contacts that you make on the system. There is a forum and a chat function for support as well as a help desk, and we also have limited telephone support. This shows you the current help menu. I strongly encourage you to read some of the articles, in particular the user's guide, as it has a lot of techniques that people have used successfully to find leads and new business. Finally, a quick review of what the lead generator can do for you. Basically, if you're in sales and marketing, you can eliminate the need to make cold calls, to go to network events, or stand all day in trade shows. You can eliminate the need to do direct mail and advertising. Instead, you can simply leverage what you know in order to find new business. If you're in management or purchasing, you can reduce your company's costs and improve service and quality, all while actually helping your company increase its sales. Remember, with the lead generator, you can leverage your buying power to find qualified leads and success.